trying to feed something that wasn't there, resulting in the Keller goal and Smith losing the shutout.
Yeah, and I have some post-game audio from Hamonic. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I boomeranged my Twiggy into the glass. I was so mad.
He was so mad he boomeranged his Twiggy on the crossy.
Yeah.
Or let's say he smashed the Twiggy, which then boomeranged.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, the Arizona game, there's one highlight. Probably the most... It made me sit up in my seat.
Okay.
The puck to the face.
Oh, yeah. That was bad. That was... It looked like pretty much Peter got punched, cold clocked to the face without seeing the punch coming.
Well, that camera angle where it's kind of up and behind the bench, and you see him, and then his face just, yeah, it's like a punch to the chin.
Yeah.
And man,
Got
Peters
some
went down
chin.
just like...
And then they had to cover him with the towel.
Yeah. And then the color commentator, because I was watching the Arizona feed, the color commentator was like, someone's down on their belly. Like, he went down like he'd been just smacked right in the yip.
Yeah. And the slow motion video, the one above, it has like the rest of the guys standing on the bench getting the fuck out or covering their face. Peter's looking completely the other direction, chin exposed, around the point of contact.
And Barry Trotz, he got hit in the head. It wasn't nearly as hard as Peters did, but the welt was noticeable.
He got stitches as well.
Yeah, he did get stitches.
I think they said it was around 10 or something for Peters. Maybe.
I think they said 8, but yeah, it was. But what I'm saying is Trotz has kind of set the bar for every coach. Now, if you get hit in the face with the puck, you better come back.
Yeah, you're going to be called a pussy
if
you're a coach who doesn't come back from puck hit.
Now, if you don't come back, it's a story. If you do come back, it's like, oh, another coach got hit in the face, comes back to the bench.
During the game, they were showing the multiple times Peters has been hit. And the time before this latest was by none other than Travis Hamonic when he was playing for the Islanders and Peters was coaching for Carolina.
Yeah.
And the time before...
Oh, man. That's a classic junior.
Yeah, junior game. He calls a timeout at the end when his team's up 3-0. And one of the other players was so pissed, he slap-eat his buck.
Took a slap shot right at the bench. I remember when I was younger, and I think it was like Bantam or something, there was one kid and he was like unreal. Like Talent, yeah. But he had the biggest attitude. And that was his go-to move when he got frustrated. Slap shot at the bench. And
the other team's bench?
Yeah, of course the other team's bench.
Oh, man, what an asshole.
He just couldn't take the chirping. It was stop, turn, slap shot at the bench.
Mid-game.
But, and when I saw Peters get hit in the face, what it made me think of was our adventure last year. Where you took one right in the forehead.
I think I had about 5 stitches on the forehead.
Yeah.
This was some nut. I think we podcasted on. We have it on recorded evidence.
Yeah. But I remember because we were playing outdoors and you always get those hacks out there. Yeah. The guys who...
Man, that guy was total hack. He afterwards came up was like, sorry, dude, I was trying to flip it over you. During pond hockey.
And the greatest part was he was really trying to downplay the injury. So he had some of that. He went to the main office. This place had like a little first aid kit. He grabbed some of that skin tape and kind of, helped you out there. And he's like, oh, don't worry. It's hardly noticeable. Don't worry. And his buddy rolls up, takes one look. He's like, whoa.
Oh, damn.
Whips out his cell phone and starts Snapchatting this.
Yeah, he would the pictures be like, yo, man, I would get that checked out. That's not nothing. Pucks to the face, man. It's part of the game. I'm glad I have all my teeth.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
And I go birdcage. I'm not even risking it. But
Yeah.
well, let's go to the other game that was right after we podcasted, the 2-0 loss to Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas rematch with the Flames, and the Flames embarrassed them pretty hard. You knew Vegas wasn't going to let that happen again, and with the Flower net making some awesome saves, Vegas played a pretty strong game. Shut down Calgary.
They definitely took the loss personal.
Yeah.
Did not want to happen again.
Yeah. Besides Vegas' strong D performance, Neil takes a shitty penalty, had a key moment near the end. Rick played pretty solid himself, but there was just nothing happening. Again, Peters was juggling lines again in third. It didn't work.
Yeah, it was just Vegas was a little bit better on offense.
Yeah.
And a little bit better in goaltending, and they got the 2-0 win.
And it feels like this was, I think they started a 3-game win streak after this was the start of it for them.
Yeah.
So, they learned, they're starting to pick it up, and watching Vegas play strongly against the Flames kind of turned my whole perspective about them around. They feel like they're definitely going to finish in the top 4.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because maybe they had a little bit of Stanley Cup final hangover start the season, but now when I look at the standings, I see San Jose, Calgary, Vegas. Maybe not in that order, but it just looks right that those are going to be the top 3 teams.
Yeah, based on how these teams are playing now.
Yeah. And then you've got Phoenix, Los Angeles, Vancouver, bottom 3. That just looks right.
Yeah.
And then Anaheim and Edmonton battling it out probably for wild cards.
Yeah. It feels like you can't really give up on Anaheim. I heard some other media folk saying how they should get rid of Carlisle. I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with that.
It's hard to say. Like, he is an okay coach, but he won the Stanley Cup a while ago. And when he was in Toronto, they usually got outshot. But they had some success, but never really... They didn't get past the first round of the playoffs. And I think in Anaheim, it's just statistically, again, they're playing sort of like an older style.
Yeah.
And they're managing along, but long term, that's not how the game's played anymore.
Yeah. Riddled by injuries, probably I'd say one of the worst teams facing or dealing with injuries. They're one of the worst. I can't remember how many guys are out now, but yeah. Who knows how their season will unfold? But they do play fairly strong, and Gibson's putting up some amazing saves.
Yeah, he's for real.
Yeah,
he's a good goalie.
Yeah, he is a good goalie. And struggling goaltenders seem to be the norm of the Pacific Division. San Jose, they got Aaron Dell, and I can't remember who was backing them.
They have Martin Jones for San Jose.
Yeah, Aaron Dell, Martin Jones, and neither of them were really stepping out. Edmonton's got the same thing. We got a cold starter and a fairly decent backup.
Yeah, he's playing decent.
Yeah.
Koskinen, I think is
Koskinen and Talbot. Yeah.
But if we look at goaltending for the Flames, who would you put in that next game?
Yeah, that seems to be the never in question who plays next. And
it's like Friday night versus LA.
Yeah.
So that's the situation they're going into.
You know what? To avoid having to think about all these, I don't know, controversial... I think you said the best way to sell these is you win, you're in.
So you just ride the guy who's winning.
Yeah.
Yeah? So then Riddick lost, so you would go to Smith.
Go back to Smith. Give it more of a chance instead of planning out which goalie should face which opponent, just to see what's up. Riddick's starting to accumulate some losses after a really great start, but that's part of the starting role is you're not going to win them all.
No, and the Vegas game was not his fault. The Dallas game, looking at the goals, there's none you can say like he should have had that one, but he did lose.
Yeah, well, that's part of the game. Even when your team's battling hard. I mean, but if he had made one extra stop, they would have won.
True. But with that said, my feelings on Smith. I would go back to Riddick.
Yeah.
I would.
Nate hates Smith. Man, you personify everything Eric Francis said when they said the city's going to turn on him. I mean, he's our goalie.
How dare you? Do not throw me in the same basket as Eric Francis.
No, but you're living up to exactly what he said. How the city hates him. There's nothing he can do to, your hatred runs deep.
This is the thing, though. Smith came. A lot of people liked him. I never really enjoyed Smith. He's flipping, he's flopping all over the crease, he's overplaying the puck. I'm just not a fan of Smith. So I didn't turn on him. I just tolerated him because he was playing damn good.
Okay. So you're ready to run him out of town. I'm ready to start him next game.
So next game, LA is coming, and I think it's about that time to meet a mascot.
Hello.
So today we travel to Los Angeles and meet Bailey the mascot. He is a 6-foot lion, 6'4" with mane included, who wears number 72 because it is the average temperature in LA. He was named in honor of Garnet Ace Bailey, who served as director of pro scouting for 7 years before dying in the September 11th terrorist attacks.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Bailey is the King's second mascot. The first was a snow leopard named Kingston in 1990. In 2015, Kingston came out of retirement to become the mascot for the Kings AHL affiliate. Yeah, poor guy. He's retired in LA and they call him back out and send him to the minors. Bailey was actually sued.
What?
Yes, in 2016, Bailey was sued for allegedly groping a man's buttocks in the Staples Center elevator.
That lion groped some buttocks?
He groped some buttocks. The suit alleges that during an elevator ride at the arena, Tim Smith, while dressed in the Bailey costume, put one hand on Masso Griffin's shoulders and used his other hand to squeeze his buttocks. Tim Smith is married to Melissa Smith, Director of Human Resources.
According to the complaint.
Yeah.
So what, this guy just put together a false complaint to try to get, because his wife would be the one handling it?
No, the guy who got groped is not married to the lady.
Oh,
the guy who did the groping is married to the HR lady.
Oh, okay, so he had the complaint.
Yeah, so your
wife
wife
had to say about that.
Your wife is in charge of HR and you're groping buttocks.
In the Bailey costume?
Yeah. Following the incident, Griffin, so the guy who got groped, was subjected to embarrassing and derogatory remarks by co-workers, including, was his hand furry?
A valid question?
Yeah.
Paws generally aren't that furry. They're more leathery.
That's a good point. Maybe that's why people were asking.
They want to know.
So yes, that is Bailey the mascot.
Man.
Elevator pervert.
And check out some pictures of him. Doesn't surprise me in the least.
He looks like a groper.
Yeah, he looks like a groper. Again, we can compare him to the Phoenix mascot Howler.
Howler, yeah.
That cute, lovable coyote.
He would never grope anyone.
No.
Howler would not hurt a fly.
No. It is Bailey. He's got a registered sex offender case all over him.
Okay. Should we go to comment board heroes?
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so this is Comment Board Heroes, where we search through the internet